Good morning. My name's Jim Koopman. I'm a director at Jack+Cottier. This project is located in Harris Street, Pyrmont. On the site, when we came to site, was an existing Simon Johnson gourmet food store on the ground floor that had a redundant kitchen that opened out the back to a rear lane. Upstairs was an architect's studio. Our brief was to just create additional commercial space with car parking underneath. Our solution was to create a central courtyard which would really articulate the new from the old and be the heart of the design. You enter this courtyard space via a 1 metre wide corridor off Harris Street, which is quite a compressed space, and it really means that the central courtyard becomes a secret garden. Access between all the commercial studios is via a set of steel stairs that are sheltered by a fritted glass canopy. When you come across the bridge and look to the southern end of the courtyard, you can see a high glass canopy that shelters a loading dock down below and the access from the car park without imposing on the views from the studios under that canopy into the courtyard space. You can see here, you come up from the end of the courtyard from the car park and you come past a steel chaise lounge, which is a place where the users and the occupants of the studios are able to have lunch, meet, interact. The garden was designed by Tom Sitter. He's got salvaged sandstone treads. An interesting part of this courtyard is the existing doors in the Simon Johnson building. You can see in the brick wall there, like the staple door arrangement, which actually has been cleverly used to create a new cheese room that with double glazing, a refrigerated cheese room that when you're in that space looks into the courtyard and is a real surprise. This is a picture of the courtyard before we began, and whilst really the memorable part or the spirit of this place is all about the garden and the transformation of this central space, the real issues we had to deal with on the site were to do with the street fronts, both Harris Street, where this is a picture of the existing building. Council were particularly interested in getting a facelift, if you like, for the shop front. And on the right-hand side, you can see the Bonnington and Company building, which is an item of heritage significance, which is also owned by Peter Simpson, who is the owner of both sites. Council was so interested in the shopfront issue that they produced their own yellow butter paper sketches with a sort of a vertical proportion but we had a competing brief in that Simon Johnson wanted as much glass as possible on these shop fronts, and we had to negotiate that position. And I think the outcome here, you can see that the objectives of the retailers and the heritage objectives of the council are able to be reconciled quite beautifully. Over the whole shop front, we've put a light steel and glass canopy. At the rear of the site was a different situation, an existing ramshackle brick wall that told, in a way, with all the marks, the stories of its transformation over time. We decided we would keep this wall for a couple of reasons. First one was that the textual change between the modern and the old was really interesting. Secondly, by keeping the wall, we reduced the impact on the neighbours in terms of overlooking. You can see one of the two openings at street level were new openings formed so that we ensured that we had a naturally ventilated car park. That took quite a bit of negotiation with council to achieve. You can see that the glass box at the top of the brick wall is articulated from what is the heritage item on the left by a recessed balcony. Environmentally, when this development application went in, that glass wall at the top there for the level 1 studios were shaded by vertical steel louvers. Environmental modelling, to comply with the Part J energy efficiency rules, actually showed that we could achieve a 20% energy saving if we used a highly energy efficient double glazing system that has a U value of 1.9 to replace those vertical louver systems. Of course, the advantage of this is that these great sheets of glass wall give you fantastic outlook and gives you terrific daylighting within the space. Black helioscreen blinds are used to control glare. The louver systems, imported German systems, double glazed also, so they're also highly efficient. The building operates with a mixed mode air conditioning system. That means that in the spring and the autumn, and days when humidity is right, air conditioning is able to be switched off. To augment this, we've added what we call a trickle ventilation sill, so that even in days when there's light breezes, these trickle sills can be left open to let fresh air enter the space and give a healthy work environment. This project was so successful that Peter's company, Red Balloon, a gift and experience company, who occupied the Bonington building, which is behind where this slide is taken from, and the Bonington building actually has windows that are carefully designed to open onto the courtyard also. The Bonington and Company building, which is his main working place currently, becomes the 4th studio. He loves the space so much, he's dubbed all 4 studios Campus Red Balloon.